We're here. Is anybody here? Is anybody around? How are you? Welcome everyone to Monday morning, December the 9th, 2024. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce with Stock Markets with Bruce. Great to have you with us today. Another fun week coming up to make a bunch of money writing stock options in this market. I can't begin to emphasize how great it is to be an option writer in this market that we're in right now. It's unbelievable. The amount of money you guys can make from your investments is unprecedented. But I am warning you, I'm going to keep harping on this because I have no other solution for you guys on how to protect your wealth. I want to tell you, the good news is markets are pretty well at all-time highs across the board. The Dow is up, the S&P is up, the NASDAQ is up, Russell 2000 is improving. A lot of mid-cap stocks, small-cap stocks have had a good run lately. It's been great. However, I will tell you, what goes up can go down, what goes down can go up, and sometimes stuff can just sit flat for a while, and you have got to remember a couple of things. One of which that you have to keep an eye on and you can't ignore is the fact that the price earnings multiple of the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are at massive highs. They're not record all time, but they are way, way up there. And if we're going to see if interest rates are going to go much lower, then things are fine. But I don't see interest rates going much lower. As a matter of fact, I see interest rates stopping their drop in North America. I think interest rates are almost at the lows that we're going to get for a while. And I am concerned that in the next year, we may begin to see professional prognosticators in the bond market, treasury market, these folks who are guesstimating where interest rates are going to go based on the law of supply and demand, capital available versus capital wanted. These people are going to start to predict interest rate rises. Now, back to where we were 2 years ago? No. Half the way back? Maybe. And that, just the thought that rates might go up a half a point to a point over the next 2 years because of nasty inflation that just is not going away, could mean that PE multiples are going to be impossible to match. In other words, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Magnificent Seven, and the next Magnificent 50, and the next 100 magnificent companies behind these guys, all of them will not be able to meet target estimates for profits that analysts have been calling for now for the last year. And I worry that if the market sniffs out the fact that a whole bunch of companies might not make it to 100% perfection in sales, but only to 98 or 95 or 93% perfection, that is going to create a correction in the market and possibly a bear market going forward. Starting today? No. Starting next month? Maybe. Starting next quarter? Very likely. I have a suspicion the market is way overvalued, is way too optimistic, and is ignoring a whole lot of reality. And what am I telling my viewers to do? My recommendation, my personal thoughts is get the hell out of Dodge and get into cash. You want to be a cash option writer. You want to be an option writer from a cash point of view. For those of you who have been selling off your SoFi as the stock ran up from 8 to 10 to 12 to 14 to 16, and you've been selling off your Rocket Lab from 20 to 22 to 24, whatever. You've been selling off your AI as it's been approaching the $40 level. You've been selling off your GameStop as it's been going from 20 to 22 to 24 to 26. And you've all turned it into cash secured puts, and you're sitting on a mountain of money getting daily interest on it in any way that you've figured out what to do in your brokerage account. You've done it right. You've done it right, and you want to stay in that position right now and make adjustments to your portfolio from time to time by doing cash secured put rollovers. That's the game. So if you were long GameStop shares, or you used to own deep in the money calls on GameStop, and you were writing covered calls, and your calls came up for rollover, or time came by to make a decision on what to do with your call options on GameStop, or on AI, or on Rocket Lab. Many of you have had the opportunity to say, well, you know what I'm going to do, Bruce? I'm going to buy back these calls that I wrote for $4. They're trading at $1. I'm going to sell my deep in the money calls, and I'm liquid. I'm completely liquid in cash. And now I'm going to calculate how many cash secured puts I can write on my GameStop. I'm just shifting my GameStop position from holding stock or holding deep in the money calls to cash. And now I'm going to write cash secured puts on my GameStop. This is all done in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. It doesn't take long to make the switcheroo. And you end up being a fan of GameStop. You're willing to buy back GameStop stock, or AI stock, or Rocket Lab stock, or in this case, SoFi stock. You're willing to buy the stock back at a discount because you're getting a premium from your put contract to buy a stock at a certain price for a certain period of time, and you're being given cash to do so. And you're sitting there going, hey, you want to back off 15, 20% in price? That's not a problem for me. GameStop wants to go from, I don't know, 29 to 24, or a Rocket Lab wants to go from 20 whatever to the low 20s. You want to take a Rocket Lab from, you may have noticed Rocket Lab has gone from 28 to 25. Some of you have noticed GameStop from 30 to 28 to 80. Some of you are watching AI and wondering, gee, Bruce, if AI goes from 42 where we are this morning, which is unbelievable. Gained 3 yesterday, Friday, and it's up to 177 this morning. They're coming out with earnings, I think, today or tomorrow. Maybe I'll sell it and I'll just write cash secured puts at 40. I'll write $40 cash secured puts on AI, or I'll write 38s, and I'll dare the market to back off so much that they'll exercise me on these shares. I will run up the gain with this market, and I'm happy to write $38 AI puts or $40 AI puts. And if the stock wants to go to 45, I'll move up to 42 AI puts. I'll go to 44 AI puts. You want to go to 48.50? I'll write 46 AI puts. I'll keep going with the market. I'll get richer with the market. I'll do that with Rocket Lab. I'll do that with GameStop. I'll do that with SoFi. But I'm not going to hold the stock at all-time freaking highs, with the market at all-time freaking highs, with what's going on in the planet right now. No, thank you. I don't want to be the bag holder holding the paper. I want to hold the money. The money. I want to be paid interest to hold cash. And I'm happy to ride the market as high as it wants to go. But I'm here for you, stock market. I'll buy back stock if you want to give it to me. That's an excellent strategy. Of course, another excellent strategy for option writers is to use credit spreads. Call credit spreads is where you want to be at. You want to be way ahead of the market, always rolling ahead of the market, and say to the market, come up here, come up 15% in a week and take me out. I dare you. All-time record highs plus 15%. There you go. Come and take me out in the next 2 weeks at those levels. It's not going to happen. I don't think so. We have so much going on globally here that I think we have more uncertainty coming into our little world in the next 60 days, and the market is trying to ignore it. And I think the problem here is there are a lot of, let's say, promoters of the stock market, the big, massive bankers in New York, Milan, London, Tokyo, Zurich, you name it, the financial centers of the world. They do not want this game to end. They want this game to continue on unabated. And the reason is simple. If you're an asset manager, you manage assets. And the only assets you manage are other people's money. You manage other people's money for a living. You put their money into other investments, assets, and get a piece of the action and a piece of the profit. It's very simple. It is not complicated. Then if you're an asset management kind of an investment banking company with trillions of dollars of capital under management, the last thing you do is tell your customers, well, I think you should cash in and take your money and just give it to your local bank down the street and take a 3% interest rate on your money. That's the last thing you're going to say. You never, ever going to say that. Are you going to tell your investors to sell all their stocks and turn around and buy crypto? You're not going to do that unless you manage crypto. Oh, maybe you're managing companies that manage crypto and you're getting investors into those companies, but not the crypto itself. You want to manage people's money and get a piece of the action no matter how they want to, where they want to do it. You don't want to tell your clients to take cash out of your account at our firm and then buy diamonds with it and walk around the street with diamonds in your pocket. We don't want you doing that. We don't want you buying gold bars and burying them under your living room floor. We don't want you doing that. We want the cash in the system where we manage it and get our piece of the action. Pretty simple stuff, okay? There have been developments in the last 48, 72 hours that have happened since I last saw you on Friday. This is Monday morning, the 9th of December. Go back 24 hours was Sunday morning, the 8th of December. Go back another 24 hours was the 7th of December, Saturday morning. And go back another 24 hours. Wasn't that the 6th of December, Friday? Friday, Syria was still Syria. Monday morning, there's no Syria anymore. The leaders of Syria, the Assad family that has been running that place for 50 years and murdering its own personnel and people and putting them in the jails, they're gone now. They left town. They went to Moscow on an extended vacay. Don't fear and don't cry for the Assad family. They have had years to filter out and spirit out of that country billions of dollars of assets, whether it's cash, transfers, electronic transfers of money. The central bank of Syria has transferred billions of dollars over the last decades for the Assad family and all their friends to banks all over the world. And there are villas in the French Riviera, there are villas in Italy, there are villas and flats in England and France and Switzerland, and there are probably wonderful properties in the Bahamas, and there are wonderful condos in Dubai and all kinds of other places where the Assad family has been able to transfer assets over the last number of years. So just in case they had to bug out and get out of the estate in Damascus under their underground tunnels, they would be fine. And what has been left behind at the palace and all these villas, furniture and some photographs and empty shopping bags from Coach and some high-end other stores. Don't cry for the Assad family. They're doing just fine. They're now in Moscow or elsewhere living the high life because they don't have to run the country anymore. In the meantime, rebels in pickup trucks, 5,000, 10,000 rebels in pickup trucks took over the country in 11 days. 11 days is what it took for the Syrian rebels to take over Syria. This is a government that was backed by the Russians and the Iranians, and these two countries walked away out of Syria a long time ago. And these rebels have figured it out. Just a few weeks ago, they figured out there's nobody there. There looks like there's a Syrian flag over top of the fort over there, but there's nobody in it. There are no tanks. Where are all the tanks from the Russians that were running all over Aleppo and these other cities, dominating Syrian residents? Where are all these armored personnel carriers? Where are all the soldiers with the guns, the bullets, the rocket launcher? Where are all these guys? They're not here. Guess what? The Russians left. Where did they go? They went to the Ukraine. They're getting their butts handed to them there. They're going closer to their home front. They left Syria all alone to fall. The Iranians have got their butts handed to them in Gaza. They're getting their butts handed to them in Lebanon. And they pulled their guys out of Syria because they needed to replenish Hezbollah. Well, they got their asses handed to them. These pagers went off unexpectedly. And a whole bunch of Hezbollah guys haven't got fingers to pull triggers with. Unbelievable. The Iranians have got their butts handed to them in the last year. The Russians are getting their butts handed to them in the last 2 years. And we can all thank the Ukrainian people for all of it. Thank you, Ukraine, for kicking Russia's ass, because now things are going to settle down in the Middle East, of all places, including elsewhere. And in the meantime, President Biden and the allies of the West have been funding and helping the Ukrainians kick Russia's butt. And we have seen ourselves the shocking reality of how ineffective and how under-trained and completely inept the Russians are in ground combat, and how they can't even throw jets over Ukraine anymore because they're worried about getting shot down by American anti-jet systems, among others, French and other countries. Unbelievable. Thank you, people of Ukraine, for not having for the situation where teenagers in the United States and Canada and all of Europe do not have to be drafted by their governments to fight Russian armies on the ground, because the Russian ground offensive is ineffective. The Russians are losing 2,000 soldiers a week right now in Ukraine, which is more than the Americans ever lost in Vietnam. You want to watch what kind of a memorial is going to be built in Moscow for the war dead of Ukraine. It's going to be 10 times the size of the Vietnam memorial the Americans ever put up. We're talking an unbelievable population drain in Russia. How many young men have fled Russia already to get the hell out of there, to not be drafted? And how many prisoners have been used that last a month, 3 months before they get wiped out? It's incredible what's happening in Russia itself. There are going to be more girls for the boys than you could ever imagine. The inequality of how many men there are versus women there are, unbelievable. The birth rate in Russia has already down a third, 30+% in the last 10 years. The estimates are that the Russian birth rate is going to drop by another 50%. Unbelievable. This is one of those, you watch in the next 5-10 years what the effect of this is going to be. Unreal. The Chinese are watching in horror what's happening in Ukraine. They are absolutely horrified. They thought that if they built more tanks than the Russians could build, and build more fighting machinery than the Americans built, that they would win any war. And now they realize a $500 drone can take out a $2 million tank. What country can't afford to produce 1 million drones a month? Have you ever seen those shows with drones where they show you like 50 drones or 100 drones or 500 drones at a time, and they all lift in the sky, and then they form the U.S. flag, and then they form doves, and then these are like nighttime displays of drones. It's middle of the night. Instead of a fireworks show, you have a drone show, and the drones fly up, and you see all these images. Think this way, all right? You take 500 drones, all right, at a time, and you've got like 50,000 of them ready to go, and you pre-program them with GPS coordinates, all right? They don't need to be told what to do by head office or anywhere else. They're pre-programmed. They rise up 500 drones at a time. They scatter out. They have a 20-mile range, and within 20 miles, they all just go out and they come into a specific target, maybe a military airport installation, and 500 drones come in 50 drone waves every minute into different areas of the airport. And they drop bombs on the runways so they can't be used. They drop bombs on the hangars, they can't be used. And they drop bombs on any planes just sitting there, or helicopters, or mess halls, or fuel depots, 50 at a time. You can shoot down some of these drones if you got a gun, I guess, but you can't knock 500 out. And you can bring a wave of 500 every 30 minutes, again and again and again, pre-programmed from every direction at speeds 5 feet off the ground, thousands of feet off the ground, straight down kamikaze units with drones in the sky as cameras to see how it's going. This is the new world. This is the new war. and none of us are ready for it. And the American military isn't ready, Canadian military isn't ready, NATO isn't ready, and the Russians are proving it. They have no clue what the hell to do with these things. It's unbelievable what's happening. The Chinese are freaking out, and the North Koreans are finding out that their elite soldiers are useless in Ukraine. The only thing that these countries can do is just throw manpower at it and just try to army ant their way through resistance at a cost that is just unfathomable. For you option writers, you got to ask yourself, what does all this mean? Do I have to worry about this? What are my thoughts? What do you suggest, Uncle Bruce? I'm telling you, kids, get the hell into cash. Get the hell into cash and take option positions from a cash side of the market. Look to write credit spreads, look to do cash secured puts, look to do poor man covered calls at the most extreme end of it. To be a shareholder is to be a loser. You're going to be vulnerable to massive price movements. This morning at 4 a.m. my time, an analyst with Bank of America slammed SoFi as an overvalued company. Didn't talk about how bad they are. They're going to lose money. They're a bank that's going out of business. They can't compete with the marketplace. None of that nonsense. All this analyst did was, the stock's overvalued at $16 a share. We're going to keep our price target at 12 and put a sell rating on it. You're being attacked, and you could be attacked as a shareholder, but this kind of nonsense. Over on GameStop, the latest downgrade was from $11 a share to $10 a share. Why was GameStop downgraded $1 a share from 11 to 10? Because all they have is a measly $4.5 billion in cash, and their businesses is still failing. That's the analyst's take. How much the $4.5 billion can make, they don't give a crap. What they could do with the $4.5 billion, they don't give a crap. The fact that the business has been pared down so that retail locations that are underperforming are being offloaded, don't give a crap. This is the attack that's being done on stocks. If you are sitting in cash and you've written cash secured puts, you're hauling in interest on the value of your stock plus those puts you wrote. And you can say to the analyst, poo-poo it all you want. I'm prepared to buy the stock back at 20% below the market, 15%, 30%. I'll just buy it back down here. I'll sell the shares again and write another bunch of cash secured puts. I'm going to be in cash. You're not catching me holding the bag at the high end. And I'm telling you guys, with what's going on in Ukraine, what's going on in Syria, what's going on in Lebanon, what's happening with Israel and the Gaza Strip, what's happening in Iran itself, what's happening in Yemen, what's happening in Ukraine and Russia, and possibly Taiwan and China. There is a sea of crap rising up from below, and it all might create uncertainty in the capital markets. And where will the money go to? Where will people flee to? The US dollar. They will buy currency. They will buy US treasuries. They're not going to want to buy stock that's trading at 85 times earnings. They're not going to want to buy Microsoft at 60 times earnings. They might park it there for a little while, but they're going to get the hell out of there too. Where you want to be is cash, and you want to be earning interest on this cash, and you should be earning interest on other people's money. You are an asset manager. If you're listening to me all the time, you are becoming an asset manager. A casino. You're managing people's money, your money and other gamblers' money, and I want you to take interest on that money and say thank you very much. I'll sit here with a cash position. Stock keeps going up. Great. These stocks are going up. My cash secured puts are paying off handsomely. Stocks are sitting flat. That's okay. The cash secured puts I wrote are shrinking with the premium, and I'll do rollovers. I'll move forward in time and take more time and more money. This is a game that works for you and can work handsomely for you. But where you want to be, where you want to avoid getting caught is holding all-time high record stock price pieces of paper where they cannot deliver their goods to justify the price. And this is why some people are wondering, are all Magnificent Seven stocks overvalued right now? Should we be into credit spreads only, ahead of the stock, behind the stock, or should we look at cash secured puts on some of these? to protect our investment and to enhance our return. Why not cash out at the high, add 30 to 40% cash on top of that high, and earn interest on all of that cash while we watch and see in the next 6 months what's going to happen with the new presidency in the United States, Ukraine's role with Russia, the China-Taiwan thing, the Middle East, that's a powder keg. Why would I want to go long? By the way, one more thing I'll mention, and I want to give a congratulations out to a number of people. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you out there who have, in the last 2 weeks, said to yourselves, Uncle Bruce has put his classes on sale with that Black Friday deal, and you took advantage of it. I congratulate you on that, because I see the stats, and I can see how many views are going through the classes right now. And that's telling me, oh yeah, these newbies are buying these classes and are watching these classes. Well done, all of you. You've taken the bold step to say, I'm investing in me. I'm sick and tired of maybe being laid off at work or getting underperformance from money managers that our family has had working for us for decades. I'm going to take over. We're going to take over our own future and grow from here. So that's number one. All of you out there, without question. Thank you again for being members of this channel, being subscribers to this channel. My undying love. You know it. Okay. Now, I want to congratulate the president of Mexico. The female president of Mexico. I want to congratulate the government of Mexico. I think the government of Mexico is doing it right. The government of Mexico is sitting back, watching and listening to North American politicians and economic pundits and the world press, and they're watching how everyone is reacting to the government that's coming into the United States of America, the new government that America has elected for itself. They're watching what the new kids are doing and who's going to be in charge of this cabinet position, and what these trade policies are going to be, apparently. And Mexico, I have to admit, the Mexicans are sitting back going, well, we could take it, we could just kind of, sit back and let them tell us how it's going to be, or we could tell them to go screw themselves. We could tell the United States and Canada to go to hell. We could tell the Canadians and the Americans that we Mexicans are sick and tired of being picked on all the time, and it's unjustified. We don't need to be kicked around by you bastards anymore. You keep coming down here, buying our cheap tequila, hiring our cheap workers, staying in our high-end resorts for way less money than your own resorts, and you're telling us we're the bad guys. And we're just not interested in playing that game anymore. Screw you bastards. You know what we're going to do? Here in Mexico, we're bringing a new law into play. The first new law we're bringing into play is a $42 per person tax on anyone coming into Mexico on a cruise ship. Now you think about that, okay? You're sailing out of Galveston for a 1-week El Cheapo cruise in a balcony room for like $600, $700, all you can eat on a Carnival cruise ship, super cheap party time. Your children from college are going on spring break to Cancun, Costa Maya, whatever, and they want to get drunk on the ship, and they want to hang out on a Mexican beach for a half a day and get back on their cruise ship and party. The Mexican government is saying $42 head tax coming into a Mexican port, whether you get off the ship or not. I think this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant by the Mexican government. It's terrible for Americans and Canadians and anyone else coming in. It's terrible because it's $42 extra on your cruise. By the way, it's still cheap. But the Mexicans are going, you know what? You guys are coming in here onto Costa Maya. You're coming in here to Cancun. You're coming in here to Puerto Vallarta on the West Coast. You're coming into Mazatlan. And all you're doing is getting off your ship, going to downtown somewhere, buy a couple of T-shirts, drink a couple of tequilas or whatever, some cheap drinks, get drunk, and think you're the king of the world, and then get back on your cruise ships and go party all the time. You're not dropping any coin here. We're better off having tourists fly in for a week, spend a week in our resorts, and get money off of them that way, rather than you 6-hour visitors off a cruise ship. $42 head tax is what's being implemented. All the cruise lines are shocked, and they're all upset. And there's not a damn thing they can do about it, because the other Caribbean islands are going, wait a minute, if Mexico is charging $42 a person head tax, why don't we charge $25? Why don't we charge $30? We're cheaper than Mexico. Maybe we'll get the cruise lines to come here. We already have cruise lines coming into the Cayman Islands. They're already coming into the Bahamas. They're coming into Bermuda. They're coming into Turks and Caicos. They're coming to everything in the Southern Caribbean. They're coming in. These countries will immediately charge $25 to $35 a head to match or come up to the Mexican number. There's not a damn thing the cruise lines can do about it. The United States wants to talk tough about Mexico and tariffs and all this stuff. The Mexicans can say, screw you bastards. You can just kiss our ass. You want to come down here and enjoy and party down here? It's going to cost you more money. That's how we're going to pay for it. The other thing that Mexicans are doing, which I think is also brilliant, is the Mexicans are talking to the Chinese. You see, the Chinese government, they're not sitting there isolationist in Asia, letting America say whatever it wants to say and Europe do whatever it wants to do. The Chinese are thinking, we got to get our act together. We've got economic problems here. We can make electric cars for $15,000, $18,000 US. We can deliver an electric car to the United States where Americans can buy the car for 18 grand. We still make a profit on this. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. But we can't do that. The American government's put in a 100% tariff. The Canadian government's put in a 100% tariff. In other words, you bring in a Chinese car into Canada for $18,000. The Canadian government adds $18,000 in taxes to the car to make it sell for $36,000. And then they want 100% tariffs on all parts to keep the car running. In other words, Canada has decided to play the American game. We're not allowing cheap Chinese imports of vehicles of this kind to protect our gasoline-powered pickup truck market. Because what's the number one vehicle selling in Canada and the United States? The Ford F-150. What are the other top selling vehicles in North America that are gasoline-powered? Toyotas, Hondas, and SUVs. And they're all big gas-guzzling vehicles compared to European vehicles. North American cars are crap. We have half the mileage. We are the laughingstock of the planet. And now China, with electric cars, can't come into North America, which is drowning in its own smog pollution. We think we have clean air. We don't. Mexico is sitting here going, we're getting threatened with all kinds of tariffs on a free trade deal that we made with these guys. We signed a treaty between the three countries to adhere to rules, and we, in effect, make vehicles in Mexico and car parts and many other items super cheap because of our population working for 1/4 of the amount of money that Americans get paid, Canadians get paid. And these guys still aren't happy with it. They still kick us around. Why don't we deal with the Chinese and other countries and import millions of Chinese vehicles and stop buying Fords and Chryslers and GM product, and forget the Volkswagens, forget the Mercedes, because in Europe they have a tariff as well. Well, screw those guys. We'll deal with the Chinese. Our citizens in Mexico can afford $15,000 to $20,000 vehicles. We can do that. Even with our lower pay, we can't afford a $100,000 all decked out F-150 Lariat, whatever the XLT, whatever they're called, King Ranch branded stupid pickup trucks with leather and climate control. And we can't afford those. We can't afford $120,000 pickup trucks unless we're drug runners. But the average Mexican can easily afford a $15,000 to $20,000 electric vehicle. And the country of Mexico is going, we can make a lot of electricity here. We really can make a lot of electricity here. First of all, we can burn oil, and we can always do that. We can burn off all the excess natural gas we have that nobody seems to want. And we can also put solar panels up in a lot of our interior of Mexico that is desert, that is bombarded by sunshine all the time. We can produce more electricity than we need here in Mexico. We just have to get our act together. And we can power our own vehicles. And they can be electric run. And we can make a deal with the Chinese government to assemble and produce electric cars here in Mexico, not only for the Mexican market, but for the entire Caribbean and South America, Latin America and South America, because Canada and the US doesn't even think outside of its head. They think they're so full of themselves and they think they're so great that they are looking to just satisfy their own 450 million people in Canada and America. They're not thinking about exporting their goods to South America where there's a billion people. Hell no. So we'll do it here in Mexico. We'll deal with countries that are open to dealing with us, and we'll deal with them. So the Brazilians and the Mexicans, the Venezuelans and the Mexicans, the Argentinians and the Mexicans, it isn't perfect, but it'll work. And because the President of the United States has totally poo-pooed any kind of a deal with the Mexican people, the Mexicans are going to say, screw you, pal. Do what you want to yourselves up there, and encourage the automotive sector in America and Canada to make your vehicles for you. And good luck to any American who wants to buy a brand new vehicle for $65,000. God bless you guys. Go ahead, knock yourselves out. We're not going to be your patsies anymore. I have a suspicion that is that's the thinking in Mexican politicians' heads right now, and they're on the right track. They're absolutely on the right track because they're not landlocked. They're not sea-locked. They can do business east or west, north if it's okay, or south where it's wide open. How many factories have been opened in Mexico in the last 20 years that are world-class robotic factories? Remember, American business people are the brightest on the planet. And they have opened up massive factories in Mexico to produce televisions and microwaves and refrigerators and cars and furniture and everything America wants and Canada wants for a fraction of the cost of producing it in Ohio and Pennsylvania and Ontario and Quebec. They figured it out. And now these business people, Americans and Canadians, smart as a whip people, are going to go, oh, the Mexican government is not going to deal with Trump and all that nonsense. They're going to deal with South America. Okay, we'll produce fridges and goods for export south. We don't care. We have factories in Mexico staffed by Mexican people. We're making money producing something for somebody. We don't care where it goes. And you might say, well, that's anti-American. That's anti-Canadian. Well, what do you think opening factories in third world countries are in the first place? Shutting down factories in Ohio and Pennsylvania, New York and Indiana and Illinois and all the other Northeast states in Canada, the Rust Belt. What do you think happened in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s with the shutting down of thousands, millions of factories and unloading tens of millions of North American workers so that we can now import all our product that we wear in from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Myanmar. We can bring in electronics from Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Chinese-made goods, Vietnamese, South Korean goods, cars. Walk around your house and tell me what's American-made in your house. I dare you to find stuff made in America in your house. There's almost nothing left. What's made in Canada in Canadian households? Nothing. It's unbelievable how we ourselves have stabbed ourselves in the back to chase the almighty dollar. And we blame government and we blame this and we blame socialism and we blame everything else on all of our problems as a society, as a whole. Not any of you individually. I'm not attacking any of you individually whatsoever. I'm talking about the big picture here. And the Germans are just as guilty as the French and the Italians and the Brits and the Portuguese and the folks in Africa and South America. We're all guilty of the same thing. We're trying to find a better way of life and a higher standard of living the easiest way possible. And one of the easiest ways possible back in the 80s was shut down refrigerator plants that make fridges and stoves in North America and open them in Mexico instead, and then import this stuff back to our country under the free trade agreement without duties. American business and Canadian businesses were perfect in playing the politician's fiddle in the 70s and the 80s to convince Ronald Reagan, George Bush Sr., the Nixon administration, the Ford administration, the Prime Minister of Canada, all the governments, the businesses of North America played it perfectly. Allow us to shut down factories in our own countries, lay off millions of our compatriots, and let us import goods from other countries that we used to make here. And we funded it through tax breaks and through tariff breaks. And that's the reason why in your kitchen right now is likely a microwave not made in Ohio. The microwave in your kitchen is not made in North America. It's made from Mexico or China or Taiwan, South Korea, Indonesia, somewhere else, by American companies and American importers who sold you that item at full retail. And they paid 10 cents on the dollar to have it made. Genius American businesses and business people. They're here. It's nothing personal. It's money. It's all business. It's just business. So you as option writers have to say to yourselves, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to hold stock at an all-time high price in the market? Or am I going to hold cash and then take as much of other people's cash that I can get, in other words, the gamblers who are buying these options you're writing, and earn interest on this cash while I'm patiently waiting for the market to decide which direction to go in the next 60 to 90 to 180 days. Because the next 3 to 6 months are going to be filled with all kinds of wild swings and gyrations. We're not entering the stable world of the Trump presidency, okay? It's not going to be a boring 2 years coming up under the new administration. It is not going to be business as usual between the US and all other countries in the world. We're about to enter the poop storm of all time. You thought 2016 was entertaining and 2017 was entertaining? You ain't seen nothing yet. We haven't even begun to see the uncertainty that's going to filter all over the place, politically, geopolitical, and trade. It is going to be wild. And there are going to be winners and there are going to be losers. And right now, there are people gambling with the dice. I'm buying call options and I'm going to buy the Magnificent Seven stocks because they're going to surge in value because Trump is going to make everything great again. I'm going to bet on all kinds of crypto stocks and all kinds of crypto investments because Trump is going to adopt the crypto as a secondary currency. It's going to be just fantastic. The problem with this thinking is there has to be someone on the other side of every trade and transaction that believes with you that things are going to be better and want in with you. And I can tell you that there are countries around the world and trillionaire type economies that are not feeling the love right now coming out of the new Washington that's about to show up. And I think there are going to be a whole bunch of places where they're going to be backing off from getting into the Make America Great philosophy. They're going to think about this is not great for us. Might be great for them, but why would we make them richer by just buying into their idea? Maybe we can go somewhere else. I'm telling you, kids, unless it's perfectly executed, if every company and the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 and the Dow 30, if every reporting corporation every 3 months does not report perfect earnings, perfect sales results, and give a perfect future outlook as to how they're doing, any of those don't match up, we've got carnage coming. And you guys know and have seen it yourself where companies come out and say record earnings in gross sales, record net profits, expanding markets, but we're not quite sure about the next 3 to 6 months. And the stock is down 15% in the pre-market before we even start trading. This is the problem with a perfectly priced stock market. Everyone's up right now. If everyone is winning, if every single investor in the stock market is making money, who's going to take you out? Who missed the boat? Who has yet to buy the stock? You think that billionaire hedge fund managers aren't smarter than you? Or let's put it this way, they may not be smarter than you as people, but they're better connected than you are. Do you think that the congressman in the U.S. Congress and the senators in the U.S. Senate, have you noticed those guys pass laws in the last 6 months that have made it impossible for them to invest in any stock whatsoever? Have you noticed any of that legislation show up? I haven't. Is it illegal for Nancy Pelosi or for any Republican senator or Republican congressperson or Democratic person or whatever to invest in any stock whatsoever? No. These folks can invest all they want. There are websites out there who follow what these guys are doing, and they're buying up stock left, right, and center. They're into options contracts like you cannot believe. They're all over the market looking for winners and losers because they're going to legislate winners and losers. At least they think they are. I'm asking you, do you want to be a shareholder of this market with that coming up and with the crowd coming in to take over the banking committee, the investment committees, the security committees, the justice committees, the intelligence committees, all these committee chairs and all these whips and all these other people coming into the Congress, the Senate, all Republican? You don't think that what they're going to try and do is make their lives better so that they and their families will benefit in the districts that they come from? What do you think? You want to be a shareholder of the whole market with this about to happen? There's going to be winners and losers. I'd be kind of careful about that. That's why I kind of like the idea of being a winner, which many of you are right now. You're all winners out there in a very highly priced market. But I like to be in cash. I'd like to be liquid. I'd like to be out of the vulnerable side of the market. Let the gamblers gamble on stocks and let them go into call and put contracts on a long basis, and let them think that contracts they buy that expire in 3 or 6 or 12 months from now are going to be nothing but winners, while you're the casinos going, well, I'll take your bet. You give me book value plus unbelievable premium, I'll write contracts that are worth less, way less than what I'm getting for them. And I'm sitting on a pile of cash at all-time market highs. I like this viewpoint right here. Welcome to the party, pal. We have got all kinds of stuff coming up. Just you ain't seen nothing yet. Absolutely nothing at this point of the kind of speculation we're about to get. It's going to be insane. Thank you, everybody, for being here this morning. Thank you for joining me this morning, tolerating me again, becoming members of this channel, subscribers to this channel. Those of you who've taken the classes, congratulations. You're doing it. I see you. I know you're watching the classes. My numbers, the number of classes being viewed are at record highs right now. Never before have my number of classes being watched been this high. These are new all-time records. Of the top 25 videos that I've created let's put it this way, of the top 25 most viewed videos I've created in the last 48 hours, their performance, out of 25, I believe 12 are classes. Just to kind of give you an idea of how my classes are dominating my viewed list. Yes, people are watching the show I put together last Friday, and they're watching the show I did last Thursday, and some are watching the Wednesday night primetime live. But the fourth most watched, fifth most watched, and on videos that are being watched the most are my classes. The classes that I created starting in 2021 through 2022, through 2023, through 2024, and into 2025 coming up. The 18 classes that are on my website are dominating the most active videos on my channel, and you have to buy those. And that is where I see many of you saying, enough's enough, Uncle Bruce. I'm sick and tired of watching politicians get rich with all these insider tips that they seem to be getting. I'm sick and tired of these high-end hedge funds just raising billions of bucks and being able to move into a stock and try to short the hell out of this company or promote this company. I'm sick and tired of watching these so-called analysts out there, which aren't analysts, analyze stock by telling the world that they're either garbage or they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. And in effect, these are paid shills for serious sized players. And this is all coming from overseas. None of this is happening domestically because it can't happen in the US. There's a Justice Department willing to jump on these guys. So these guys are promoting stocks from Dubai, from people in Hong Kong, from people in Taiwan. There are so-called analysts based in Spain and France and Germany and England and wherever else, but not from America. Oh God, no. No American would want to break the law and promote and do a pump and dump on a bunch of stock in the United States. Oh no, we can't have that. We get that done overseas. What are you, crazy? They do it out of jurisdictions where there is no law enforcement of this kind of thing. And look, if you're writing an article on a company, you've been paid to do it, you're going to do it in a country where there's lax views, and you're going to just do it electronically, and then you're going to send it out via share this, share this, share this. By the time you read the story or hear about a story about how bad GameStop is or how bad SoFi is or how great this company is or how great that company is, you're getting the fifth version of that story from all kinds of links. You're not getting it from the straight source, because have you noticed when you try to read an article about a company's potential, good or bad, on both sides of the print of the article are what? Ads. Gazillions of ads. And in between paragraphs, another ad, and you scroll to try to read another paragraph, another ad. You try to read. Have you noticed that your eyeballs are being turned into money? Whether you pay attention directly or not to those ads, it's subliminal. You're being bombarded by all kinds of shills out there. Just saying. This channel here, I'm telling you up front what it costs to be here. I noticed something this weekend that kind of came across. I was recommended some videos this weekend, and I'm always recommended videos by YouTube, like all of you are. And I was being recommended to watch this video about options, option trading, option this, options that, stock investing, blah, blah, blah. So I took a peek at a couple of channels just out of curiosity. Some I know, some I don't. And I found one channel, I won't mention any names, but I found a couple of channels actually where I went into because I know how to do this. As a YouTuber, I know how to dig up information about channels by going into their about page and then looking into their links and finding out who are these people, where are they from, what are they doing, what's their background. And I found a number of channels this weekend that talk about option trading. They talk about option trading and how you can become very wealthy being an option person. Now, in some cases, they're talking about buying and selling options. In other cases, they might be talking about writing options or a combination of both. But there's all kinds of strategists out there who are trying to make money from you to pay them X amount of money to get the information that you need to become a successful investor in this world. I'm guilty of it. I have a Gold Bagel membership on this channel, but I tell you up front what it costs to be a Gold Bagel member. It's $25 a month US, and PayPal gets 30% and I get 70%. I'm not hiding that. Never have. If you're a Chillin' member, you pay $10 a month and I get 7, YouTube gets 3. I've never hidden that. If you buy my classes on my website, I've never hidden the fact that there's a cost to buy my classes. Every lesson that you look at, the price is listed right there. You can't miss it. $150 a class is what I've been charging, and I've had a Black Friday sale that ended last night at midnight. You got classes down to $120. I haven't hidden that. I haven't hidden the fact that you can buy one class and walk away. You can buy one class and walk away. You can buy them all, 7 of them, any amount. There's no obligation to you having to do any of it. Now, I'm looking at other YouTube channels. A few others, not every single one. There's gazillions of them, but I was looking at a few of them. I could not find how much they're charging for their services. I couldn't find it. The only way to get it is you had to register in. You were given an opportunity to get a free something, a free class, a free seminar, a free presentation, whatever they called it. You had to register into that to then be shown by them how much it costs to get their information, to get the knowledge so that you can be successful. And many of these outfits are charging monthly membership fees on an annual basis. And they're showing you, it's only so much a month. The reality is you can't buy it for so much a month. You have to buy the full year. And I'm looking at prices anywhere from $500 to $5,000 a year to be into these sites. It's incredible to me how much money people are trying to get you to pay to get the knowledge on how to be a better investor. But then again, it isn't surprising because this is the way of the world. This is the way of the entrepreneur. There are people out there who follow me, who follow others like me, and they say, well, this guy's a sap because he's only charging $25 a month for people to be Gold Bagel members. I can get people to give me $100 a month if I call it a platinum membership. And if I offer them some kind of a freebie, I might get a number of people to give me $100 a month. And all I need is 1,000 people to give me $100 a month, and I'm making a killing. The question, of course, is, are you getting any information that's doing you any good? When I look at these other sites, and again, I'm not going to mention any of them, but I have noticed on many of the other outfits out there who are trying to get you to pay them money, none of them offer you one-on-one services. None of them are live during the market. None of them answer questions when the market is trading live. None of them. They don't offer any access to the actual creator. All you get your hands on are some kind of a newsletter or some kind of a monthly publication or occasional video that might come your way. You're being shown like you're being given access to the library of information on how to do this and that. It's all just stuff you can probably get yourself anywhere for nothing. It's probably stuff you can get right off the NASDAQ website. You can certainly go Googling, and I don't hide the fact if you want to learn how to write an option, you can pretty well do it yourself through Google. The problem is that you don't know who's selling you or giving you the information, and you may not be able to understand the verbiage that some of these highfalutin outfits, the words they use, I don't understand. And the strategies, I don't understand. I watched a few videos this weekend about how to make money writing options, doing this. I couldn't understand what they were saying. And I do this for a living for you. I couldn't figure out what the hell they were talking about. I couldn't figure out the reasoning they were using. I couldn't figure out the exit strategy. I couldn't figure out why would you get into this and then get out of that. Then I was shocked to see a number of outfits who are promoting on the internet and on YouTube to you and others to buy and sell and write contracts on really scary stock, like stock with a very small float that can move up and down 50% in one day. And these people are trying to sell you on the idea that this is a very smart, conservative way to make money in the market. I get terrified when some of you show me you ask me about stocks you want me to talk about. You'll say, what about this stock? What about this stock? What about this stock? And you're asking me to give you an opinion on doing an option writing strategy on a stock that has 30% movement in a week, every week, up and down like a yo-yo, and the companies have never made money, have no hopes of making near-term money whatsoever, and could be delisted at any time. It just blows my mind how scary it is out there. I welcome you to the channel. I welcome you to the program. I'm upfront. I don't hide any of the amount of costs that this channel has whatsoever. You don't have to go through all kinds of clicking and registering and all that just to find out what it is I do and how I do it. I welcome you to the program. It's scary out there. I want you to get rich, but I want you to be careful out there because there are some real scary situations out there, and I'm worried like hell about it. Larry, thank you for ringing the bells. We are open now. Your buddy Uncle Bruce is ranting and raving like crazy today. Welcome all to the show. Thank you for being here. Like I say, we're live. The market's open, and I'm here. We're live. You got any questions about what's going on? You let me know. Hopefully, I can help you. You want to get together with me one-on-one? I do that. You can block an hour off where we can talk on camera privately. If you and your wife, you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, you and your girlfriend, you on your own, you and your children, you want to have a little family gathering with Uncle Bruce, you let me know. We'll figure it out. It's not uncommon for me to talk to two people at a time. One is in this city, one is in that city, and I'm over here. It can be done. Okay, you just have to get a hold of me. Send me a private email. The links are down below for my email. And let me know you're interested in a one-on-one. I do charge $400 US at this time for a one-on-one session. I don't hide that. It's not a secret. But I'll tell you that starting Jan 1, it's $500. The price is going up for my one-on-ones. And the classes that you see available right now on my website, they're $150 right now per class. Starting Jan 1, $200 a class. I'm raising my prices for the first time in 3 years. Okay? Not hiding it. I'm not hiding it. It's not a surprise. It's a fact. Okay? So take advantage of the current prices by the end of the year. Fine. But starting Jan 1, the new prices kick in. Okay? Just saying. Just saying. We're up 35 on the Dow, I think. We might have an uptick start on the Dow. We'll find out. I've got SoFi sitting at what, 1533 or something like that. We'll figure this out in a minute. I think we're up 45 on the Dow, 35 on the Dow now. We're down 2 on S&P. We're down 9 on NASDAQ, and oil's up $1.07. We've got SoFi at 1535 off 67 cents. It's 3 minutes in. It's really early. It's going to take some time to figure this out. 9 million traded at the moment. I wonder if we're going to end up at 1650 tonight. I wonder if we're going to turn this around and be higher. Because the first hour sell-off, let them in. Anybody want out? Get out. I think buyers this morning are shorters, taking advantage of only losing $7 a share instead of losing $8. They're buying the stock back right now not to lose $8 a share. That's my hunch. I could be wrong, but I might be right. We're up 75 on the Dow now. We're improving. Rocket Lab down $1.06. GameStop is up 5 cents. Earnings come out tomorrow on GameStop, by the way. AI up 33 to $40.85. How about that AI? NVIDIA down 429 at 138.16. Tesla up $9. Costco is down 73 cents. Coinbase down $11, Matterport up 6 cents, SmartRent up 2, Google down 16, Apple unchanged, Microsoft up 56, Facebook up 24, Amazon up 198, Uber down 66 cents, Adobe up $2. Unity down 7 cents, Spire's at 1548, it's actually up 72 cents. ATIP 179 up 11, although I'm sorry, no, I got to stop giving you ATIP quotes. I keep forgetting this is not accurate. ATIP is on the over-the-counter, so I don't have that quote here. I'll get to that later. Moderna up 15, Pfizer up 13, IBM up 62. We got a little green there. Home Depot up $2 at the moment in time. Welcome everyone to the show. Great to have you here. Sorry I haven't been able to read any comments. Been too busy ranting and raving and raving and ranting. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Don't forget to honor the Knights of Neat because the markets are really moved by those people. And they have got plans that could be good or bad coming up in February. Brian, I just got 5 alerts for stocks being at all-time or 52-week highs, just like you said. Doug, Palantir just hit $80. Unbelievable. It's very nice. Yep. Perfect time to sell it and write $80 cash secured puts, $75 cash secured puts might be the perfect time for Palantir. Juan, Uncle Bruce, you are correct in raising your prices, and thank you for all your help for all of us. By the way, your prices are still cheap. Bobby, and NVIDIA spread finished 20 cents, bought back. 02 started a new one, NVIDIA. 170.75 again. Second week of December, new entrance. Right on, Bobby, making money. You bought them back at what, 2 cents? Is that how you did it? I don't know. You made money. Margin called. Neat. James, neat. Don't forget the neat emojis, everybody. There you go. Got a 55-point gain on the Dow. We got a 7-point dip on S&P and down 35 on NASDAQ. Is it a terrible start to the week? No. I don't expect a terrible start to the week. I'm worried about this market in February. I'm really worried about it. Like I was worried in 2021. We were hitting all-time highs all through 2021 until November. And then it stopped and we leveled off and nobody was worried because we're going to have a great 2022. It's going to be fantastic. The markets are opening. The world is coming back. People can travel again. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, the world is recovering from COVID. It's all beautiful. And then we had 2022, one of the worst bear markets to start any year. And so many people got heavily damaged by depreciating prices because they weren't in the market. They were in stocks. And it was the stocks that didn't all recover fast enough or completely, or some really crapped out and never recovered. Some crapped out and took a long time to come back. And there were a lot of people losing a lot of money in 2022. I'm suggesting now, today, here, that there are certain stocks that are trading out there that might be a little too high, that you might want to take advantage of the fact that you can sell the shares and write cash secured puts against them. And be long. You're a fan of the stock going up. There's no problem there. But from a cash position, all right? Now, SoFi hit a low of $15.23. That's how low it got. It's $15.42 right now on SoFi. SoFi got down to $15.23. It's now $15.41. Rocket Lab is $22.88, down $1.80, $22.88, the low of $22.83. And GameStop got down to $28.65. It's $28.71. Earnings are out tomorrow, down 35 cents. AI is up 57 cents right now. AI might be at a very high level right now that is unsustainable, but it might not. But it might be, but it might not, but it might be. AI comes out with earnings today. Did they come out tonight? Maybe after the bell. They might be coming out tonight after the bell. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it. We'll keep an eye on that. Tesla's up 1360. By the way, has it occurred to you? Has it occurred to you to think that going forward, the next 6 months, what is the likelihood of cheap electric cars coming into the United States so that average Americans can get out of a gas guzzler into a very high mileage electric car for $20,000 to $25,000 a car? You remember the kind of car that Tesla promised to make? You remember Tesla 8 years ago? We're coming out with a $25,000 electric car because we can. We'll be able to do that. We'll be able to crank out so many batteries and so many platforms that are identical in a small car environment. We're going to be able to dominate the small car market. It scared Ford out of the car business. Ford doesn't make cars. They make SUVs and trucks. GM, they don't make cars. They make trucks and SUVs. That's where they make their money. And yet, where's the $25,000 Tesla that we were promised? What have we got instead? Chinese manufacturers are the ones making $12,000 and $15,000 cars. Problem is that they're made in China and they can't be brought into the United States unless they're retailed at $30,000 to $35,000. Americans, being smart consumers, are going, wait a minute, why would I pay $30,000 to $35,000 for a car that I know is worth $15,000 to $20,000 when it's made? Why would I pay this extra money? Because it's all tax. Why would I pay that? They're not going to do it. Americans are not stupid. They're very smart people. The American government has literally changed the playing field, tilted the playing field against imports for its own domestic production, which means that Americans are stuck buying vehicles that are either made by Tesla, Rivian, Lucid, or GM, Ford, and Stellantis, which is Chrysler, and of course the North American manufacturers for overseas producers, Volkswagen, Mercedes, Honda, Toyota, Nissan. And Americans are stuck paying American prices for these products. And these products are substandard. They're garbage. How many videos have you seen lately, and have you done any views, any searching on the cost to maintain and keep running certain brands of vehicles that are the most popular in the United States? Do you have any idea the cost to change out a transmission in a Nissan vehicle? You can't get the parts separately for a Nissan transmission. You have to change out the entire transmission. You talk to a body shop guy, talk to a mechanic, look up mechanic videos on YouTube. It's available, it's out there. The most unreliable vehicles, according to mechanics, that's what you want to know. Land Rovers, Volkswagens, BMWs, Benz, the top brands of the world are garbage, many of which are American brands. The Jeep brands, Jeeps and Ram pickup truck are the worst made products in their class, bar none. They're absolute crap. Mechanics will be more than happy to tell you if you want to listen to them. It's unbelievable how Americans are being mistreated by these manufacturers with garbage product at record high costs. It's just beyond unbelievable. Hey man, what can I tell you? I'm doing the best I can. Just a guy in front of a computer trying to help you make money in this market. And I'm telling you, you want to be in cash. You want to be doing option writing from a cash perspective. That's where you want to be right now. I'm telling you, I'm warning you, and I'm not going to stop. I am not going to stop telling you to watch yourselves. This market is vulnerable. Anyway, there you go. Welcome all to the program today. Nice to have you in the house. I'm glad to see you all here with us. Thank you for joining me again, as you do every day during the market. We're here. The markets are open. I'm live. Are your other favorite YouTubers live when I'm live? Are any of you out there subscribing to other YouTubers for all kinds of money per year? Are you dropping $1,000 a year, $5,000 a year, $3,000 a year, $200 a month, $400 a month, $600 a month? How many dollars are you giving YouTubers every month for so-called insider investing tip information? Are they live with you during the market? I'm here. We're live. We're down 1594 on the Dow. Okay. We were up 75 points 5 minutes ago. We're down 8.7 on S&P. We're down 17 on NASDAQ. I'm here. I'm live. How's it going? You want to talk to me about a trade you're trying to do? Let me know. Cash is king, says Deep Value. Vladdy, I'm number 136. Yep. Margin called. Brand new toy cans are 100% off sticker price. There you go. Big E, excuse me, but my Volkswagen is not crap. Worked perfectly for several years already. Well, congratulations. You're one of the lucky ones. There are certain brands and certain models of Volkswagens that are not doing too well. And if you got a good one, thank God. Thank God for that. But if you want to take a look at some scary videos, and I'm just talking about doing a YouTube search anytime you want, most reliable or most unreliable vehicles, according to mechanics. There's videos out there where a mechanic goes to all the mechanics in the shop and says, what's the one vehicle you would not recommend, or what's the worst vehicle on the road right now? What is the most unreliable vehicle? Or what vehicle is coming in that you cannot believe is coming in with all kinds of problems? And we're talking stuff like oil leaks. We're talking about electrical systems that are unreliable. We're talking about hydraulic systems that are failing. I'm talking about 50-year-old technology that they're not getting right on very expensive brand name vehicles. I'm not talking about brand new technology that's got invented and we're just trying to work out the bugs. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about vehicles that have been around for decades and technology like diesel engines, gasoline engine cars, transmissions. This is not new fancy technology. But these car companies are producing what they think is a real new version. It's what it is they're producing vehicles at the cheapest price possible in the third world and the second world and trying to sell the product to you in the first world at first world dollars. And you're being given this so-called warranty, you got a 3-year warranty, a 4-year warranty, nothing to worry about. Yeah, well, the problem you have is that every 3 months you got to bring your vehicle into the shop under warranty. Good luck unloading that piece of garbage when you want to get rid of it and get a new one. You're going to take a beating like you cannot believe on depreciation, because the used car market, they know exactly which ones to avoid. They don't want your used car when you come up in 3 years with it. They don't want anything to do with it because they know we're not even going to be able to guarantee this for 90 days. This thing is a basket case. It's a lemon. How many Land Rovers are being considered lemons right now? Benzes, Beamers, Volvos, um, uh, other brands, terrible. The one brand that keeps getting top grades, Toyota. Toyota keeps getting top grades. Reliability, solid, expensive to buy as a used vehicle because these are tanks. Why do you think the rebels in Syria took over the Assad regime driving in Toyota pickup trucks? Because in the middle of a desert and in the middle of a takeover, a rebel takeover, that's the most reliable vehicle you can run. You're not going to drive a Ford F-150 from Aleppo to Damascus and take over the Assad regime. Fords break down. You ride Toyotas. There you go. Take it from the rebels themselves. They know what they're talking about. Unbelievable. Juan, as of Friday, I'm 50% liquid with puts, 50% still invested. I'm taking it one day at a time. There you go. Congratulations, those of you who have turned your accounts into capital, holding cash and running that, managing your cash with options. You're getting interest on your cash. You're outside of the ridiculous swings that might be coming our way with markets at record highs. The market wants to keep going up. You're going to get richer. The market wants to stay flat. You're going to get richer. The markets want to go down. You'll deal with the stock that you have to buy. You'll turn around, resell it, write new puts, and stay in cash and keep getting richer. Congratulations. You figured it out. You've been around here a little while. Nice going. I've got Toyota Seville van, an '04. It drives like new. I service it at the dealer. There, does that say it all? Right there. 20-year-old vehicle. Toyotas. Yeah, they're pretty good. They are pretty good. Tanks. SoFi 1561.62 right now. Looks like we're at the best level since we started the session after the drop. We got down to 1523 on your SoFi. Now we're at 1564 on SoFi. So it's come back 41 cents from the low of the session. Still down 40. About half of the loss has been wiped out. It's coming back up. 15.8 million volume on SoFi now. 15.8 million in 18 minutes. Okay, so there's some buying coming in on SoFi. It's running up again. There you go. Margin call, yeah, Toyota and BMW 30s from 16 to 18, very reliable. Sad how certain brands used to be very reliable and now they're not. The old Mercedes inline 6-cylinder diesel, you couldn't break those engines. You couldn't crap them out. And they were in all kinds of boring mid-sized vehicles. But then they would jazz them up with turbochargers and what have you. And now they've changed them into different styles. And there's mixed reviews on this. One, Uncle Bruce, $75 Palantir, Jan 26th. They just gave me $17.71 for this cash secured put, of course. This is incredible. This is absolutely amazing how much money is being handed over. The stock Palantir right now, 78.65, hit today 80.91. You can write a $75 put contract for Jan 26, and they're giving away 17.71. In other words, one is saying to the world, hey, I'm happy to buy Palantir at $75 a share all the way to January 26th for the next 13 months. Just give me $17.71 a share in cash up front. That's all I'm asking for. You know, that's a pretty smart move here. That's $67 a share. Is that $77? $57. I'll get it. I'm too tired. Take $17.71 away from $75. What do you get? $57 a share, roughly, is what Juan is willing to pay for Palantir. What are the odds he's going to get it? Probably none. I don't know if the stock will back off that much. I really don't know if he's going to get exercised. The stock's going to have to hit 50 for him to be exercised on this, I would think. What are the odds? I'm not so sure about that. Interesting. Hey, Brian, Uncle Bruce, I bought SoFi at 16 last week. No regrets. Lorraine, correction, Sienna van. I'm number 142, by the way. Depeche and Lexus. I'm still holding on to my one owner, 2001 Lexus that I just can't, it won't die. 111,000 miles, so just getting broken in. There you go. Yeah, Japanese-made Lexuses, fantastic vehicles. Those six-cylinder motors that they had in those ES300s, ES3 350s, the RX versions, those six-cylinder, those are tough, tough engines. Top of the line quality, reliable as hell. The transmissions are good. Yeah, but premium cars, they're worth it. Those are premium cars. Lisa, I think the Stellantis CEO recently stood down over plunging car sales. Yes, he was kicked out. Kicked out. They are in crisis over there. Stellantis is in full-blown crisis. The Jeep line of vehicles is got the worst ratings among new cars. The Ram pickup trucks. How many would you like one on sale? Go to any dealer for a Ram pickup. They're giving them away because they can't get rid of them. They're crap. They're full of unreliable technology. It's unbelievable how badly they were built. The workers at these plants are not very proud of themselves. They don't like their employer very much, and they're hardly putting in the quality. They're just getting treated like crap, and they're not. And the cars show it. The vehicles show it. It's unbelievable. Depeche. Yep, Japanese made six-cylinder 350. It's a tank. A margin called, yeah, and all cars which aren't really desirable. There you go. There you have it. Well done, Juan, on this Palantir put contract. Cash secured put. You put up $1,700 and you collected $1,771 in cash against your $7,500 investment. That is 20% plus another 24% on your money to offer to buy back your Palantir. I mean, that's a sweet ride. Absolutely sweet ride. Nice going. Yeah, CEO Stellantis got fired last week. Lorraine, I have 2006 black two-seater Lexus convertible. There you go. There you go. Unbelievable. Well done, all of you. Thank you for joining me this morning. We're up 4 now on the Dow. We're live. We're here. We're live. Welcome to the show. Thank you for being members of this channel. Thank you for being subscribers to this channel. And congratulations on taking your lessons and getting into your lessons. This is what you want to be doing. Well done, all of you. Welcome to the option writing party. We're here to make money. It's nothing personal. We're just trying to make money here, but we're trying to figure out why are we making money and how can we stay on the right side of the market and avoid the wrong side of the market. We're paying attention to global affairs because we have to. It's our job now. We're asset managers. Our assets. We're managing them. It's time to be on top of what's going on out there. Depeche, I love those cars, Lorraine. Never sell. Love those old Lexuses. Love those Toyotas. There you go, kids. What can I tell you? It's a fun time. 1569 on SoFi. 1569 on SoFi. We're down only 30 some odd cents a share now. Coming back on. 1570 just went through, by the way. 1570 just went through on SoFi a few minutes ago as we are coming back up from where we were this morning at 4 in the morning, my time, 6 in the morning, New York time, before Bank of America came up with their so-called downgrade of SoFi. Unbelievable. Cindy B, Faraday Future Intelligent Electric is an electric car. Stock is 128, up 6.5 today. Giddy up. Well, congratulations. Margin call. Jaguar is not going to go well either. Can I write calls? Yikes. Margin Jaguar. Oh, those cars are in trouble too, I hear. Indian, now owned by a company in India, Jaguar. Yeah, there have been all kinds of issues with Jaguars too. They've always had issues, haven't they? Even when Ford owned them. Remember Ford used to own Jaguar. They had problems then, and they were bad cars. Oh, they were Ford Tauruses, and they called them Jaguars on a Taurus assembly. Oh, God, it was bad. Those are terrible cars. Terrible cars. Margin called. Oh, yeah, let's not go there. Oh, yeah. Do you remember the Cimarron from Cadillac? Do you remember the Cadillac Cimarron car? That was Cadillac's entry into the compact car market, a luxury compact car. It was a Cavalier. It was a Chevrolet Cavalier. They took the frame and the body and they made it into a Cadillac. Disaster. Complete disaster. You remember the Cadillac? What was that two-seater they brought in from Italy? You remember that vehicle, the two-seater Cadillac? They assembled the body in Italy, and then they flew them over on 747 cargo jets, landed them in Detroit, and they put the engine and drivetrain of a Cadillac in those. Do you remember that? What was that car called? Disaster. Margin called still 5 p.m. where I am. I can't remember the name of that piece of crap car, and that's why I can't remember the name of that piece of crap Cadillac. The convertible two-door front, was it a front-wheel drive vehicle? Do you remember that thing? It was a front-wheel drive Cadillac, V8 engine, body made in Italy, interior, and then it was brought over. Do you remember? I'm not seeing anyone telling me yet. I'm sure you'll come around it. Unbelievable. 1578 on SoFi. SoFi is going for 1580 now. We're down 25 cents on your SoFi. Okay. Cindy B, I've been writing call and put spreads on Tesla. I always find myself having to roll, even when I'm way below the market on the call side. Is Tesla just too risky to write call spreads? No, it's not. But you've got to be ahead $60 a share. You just got to be 15% ahead of this thing and stay on it. And with those puts, follow the market with more credits. They want to give you credits, you take them. That'll offset the cost of the call side. Just stay well ahead. Lisa, Uncle Bruce SoFi, Jan 26, $20 cash secured puts, 685, 695. Any good, nice money. Almost $7 on a $20 cash secured put on SoFi. The stock is 1580. Yeah, I like the idea of willing to pay $13.15 for your SoFi. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Alante, thank you, James of the Misty Tree. Cadillac, it was Alante, not Avante, Alante. That's right. Snow Moon, James, Jeff. Yes, Alante. Remember that piece of crap car? You want to buy? How much is a used Alante now? Have you ever tried to figure out what they'll use? I don't think you can find a used one on a dealer lot. I don't think there's a dealer anywhere that'll carry it. You could probably find one for $5, $8,000, $10,000. It's worth more in parts than moving down the street. Those were these exclusive import domestic made Cadillacs. Oh, can you find a used Cimarron anywhere? I think they all rusted out. I think they're all rusted and they died. I don't think there's a running Cimarron anywhere in mint condition. I doubt. Not the DeVille convertible, Bruce. Oh no. Jen, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm having a field day this morning. I'm just having so much fun today.
Markets are red. A little.
Yeah, mixed bag. We are up 10 now on the Dow. We were up 70, then down a little. Now we're down 6 on S&P. We're down 2 on NASDAQ. It's a nothing burger.
It's like it's a Monday.
I've been telling my viewers now, and I will continue, get out, sell, write cash secured puts, go cash, go cash, go cash, go cash, go cash. That's the message that I'm trying to subtly let them in on.
That's too subtle.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get it. We just had Juan tell us, okay, the company called Palantir.
Yeah.
They were trading at $15 to $20 a share 6-8 months ago. Then they were admitted into the S&P 500, and the stock took a shot into the 20s and 30s.
Yes.
And they got into the S&P, and they got into the 40s, and then they got into the 50s, and people going, see, there's a result of a company really, getting worldwide recognition, being an S&P 500. Now the word is they're going to become part of the NASDAQ 100 because they're trading on NASDAQ. And the question is, can they go higher? Well, they hit 80 this morning. Right. So I'm saying to anybody out there, you own any of this stuff, sell the stock and write cash secured puts. Just if it keeps going to 90, 100, you'll make all kinds of money. You'll still make money writing cash secured puts. Right. Yeah. So Juan says, I just wrote a $75 cash secured put on Palantir that expires Jan 26. The $75 put, they gave me $17.60 a share.
Again.
a
Some of these-
$56 buyback. He's willing to
Some of
buy
these are
Palantir
so
back
high.
out of the goodness of his heart for $56 a share until Jan next year. He just got $1,760 handed to him in cash.
That's crazy.
That's 24%.
Yes.
That's
yes.
nuts. That is huge.
Right.
And it's good. And now someone just asked me, Bruce, what if I were to think about writing a $20 cash secured put on SoFi? Because
Okay.
at 4 a.m, before even I got up, the Bank of America analyst came up with a downgrade on SoFi,
Oh.
calling
Why?
the stock a $12 target price,
Okay.
unchanged from the last, wouldn't raise the target price.
Okay.
JP Morgan last week went from 9 to 16.
Yeah.
Bank of America's analyst leaving it at 12 and downgrading it to a sell, like to a hold. Don't go after it.
Maybe
It's way too expensive.
maybe he doesn't like competition.
Yeah, you ever thought that maybe Bank of America is worried about the competition from SoFi? Could that have something to do with it? So the stock this morning went down to 15.23. It was down like 70, 80 cents.
Yeah.
Now it's 15.76 to 15.80. Now, the question is, should I write the $20 cash secured puts for 6.85 to 6.95 premium?
Right.
If I'm willing to pay $13.05 to buy back my SoFi, should I think about writing the 20s? Sell them at 15.74, then take 6.95 cash against it and be willing to buy the stock back for 13.05 until next January. In the meantime, you wrote the $20 put. That's a $2,000 cost. $2,000 you had to put up, and you got almost $700. You have $2,700. Take the interest on that. 1 year interest, 5%, $1.35 a share to you.
Right.
To offer to buy the stock.
Right.
Now it's costing you $11.80. You take $13.05, take $1.35 interest off the top. Your cost now $11.80. Would you like to buy your SoFi back at $11.80 for the next year? What a wonderful person you are. This is a no-brainer, kids. Go cash.
She is. She's a giver.
A giver. This is a giver right here. In 6 months, those contracts are going to slip in value because of shrinkage. If the stock sits right where it is, they're going to shrink out. If this stock goes to $18, those puts are worth $2 each. They'll be trading at $3. Guess what? You're going to buy those back and write $20 puts for June 26. And you'll take $6.50 for those. Because you're a nice guy. You're a nice girl. You're a wonderful person.
You're a giver.
This channel is filled with lovers. We love the gamblers.
Take one for the team.
We're taking it for the team. We are the casino that loves to bring our patrons in the front door and then give it to them. I love this game.
Patrons, not Patreon.
I love this game. So how
Are you hungry?
Oh yeah, I think it's
That's Monday.
might be time for the old Monday
Have to
special.
get back into that wake up early thing.
I tell you, but I was working all weekend here. Did a one-on-one this weekend, which was
Yes.
great. And then I've been on top of
Sending out classes.
all these class requests for the Black Friday deal, and making sure people got their links and helping people out and figuring it out and answering questions. And I was working all weekend this weekend.
I was watching
So-
football.
She was watching football. She was busy watching the Steelers go to 10-3.
That's right.
She's very busy, and watching the Bills go down to 10-3.
But the game they had, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Which game?
The Bills.
Which one? Right?
The quarterback throws for 3 touchdowns, rushes for 3 touchdowns, and loses the game.
They lose.
Yeah.
Go figure that. Kind of weird.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Strange.
So is it a Monday Classic
Yeah,
coming up?
absolutely. Grape jelly. You
I
betcha.
went to a Christmas party on Friday night, and I still don't have my voice back.
Her former employer, her Auntie Jen, ruled the roost.
Yeah, that's what I did.
When the
ruled
boss
the
left
roost.
town, he just said, "You run the building. You run this." How tall is that building? 38?
37.
37 stories tall. You run the 37-story, $400 million building. You run it. So Auntie Jen would run a $400 million building
I don't know
with
how
all
much
the
it would be now.
operators, and they would ask her for permission to do this and do that. And Jen would have a little chat with the odd tenant with regards to how they were leaving stuff in the hallways that wasn't allowed. And yes, it was good times. Anyway, it was nice for Jen. She got to visit with her old
I
pals.
know, it's great seeing people.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Did
They're
you
all
tell
getting
them, see
older.
what happens when you clean up your desk?
Well, I think I showed these off. You know what these are, eh, folks? You Americans know what these are. Forever stamps. These are forever stamps. So I was looking at. I got 10 of them. I get 10 forever stamps. I was cleaning up a box here. I have boxes all over the place here. I found these. These are coming with us to
So see,
Rancho Mirage.
you got to clean up. Clean
I
up.
can mail stuff up from it. Thank you all.
I'm taking jelly. I'm
Jen,
taking a
grape
jelly,
jelly,
order.
please.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. People have said hi to you, by the way. Richard, Larry, Margin called, Juan, Beach Boy says hi. Auntie Jen, isn't it about time to overthrow the tyrannical Uncle Bruce rule? No need for BMPs or tanks, just the wrong toast topping. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Know what I mean? I'm talking about how guys in pickup trucks just overthrew the Syrian government.
Pickup truck.
5 to 10,000 rebels in Toyota pickup trucks
Yes.
took over an entire country. They couldn't do it with Ford or Chrysler trucks. Unreliable, but Toyotas, yeah, they work.
That's why their Toyota's number one
Where-
thing that's stolen.
Have you
in
ever
this
noticed
country.
the number one truck for rebels in Iran, in Iraq? Thank you, Jen. In Yemen, in Lebanon, the number one vehicle for rebels and freedom fighters, Toyotas. Toyotas. Oh, they're the best. Oh, your local rebel wants it. It must be good. Beach Boy. And while you're pondering that, Auntie Jen, I went ahead and wrote Jan 26 Rocket Lab 20s. Cash secured puts for $6.17 out of the money, 284, and he's taking 617 cash off the table. Oh my goodness, isn't that a beautiful rate? That is 30.5%, almost 31% return on your cash plus the interest. Nice, $2,600 cash per position here. You're going to get $1.30 interest at 5%. That brings the cost of that cash secured put. If you were to be exercised, you would be exercised at about 740 less, almost 750 less than 20, 1350 a share to buy back your Rocket Lab. Thank you, gamblers, to making this so damn easy. Margin called, if it remains over time under 17, you can write and buy back $17 contracts. They'll be more effective than the 20s. And then Doug says, just sold all my Palantir and just wrote 2 cash secured puts for Jan 26 for $1,771, $3,460 in premiums. LFG love. It's smile time. A way to go, Doug. Easy money. This is such easy money. If the stock goes to 90, those contracts are $5. You'll buy them for $5 and you'll write 85s and you'll bring in another $17. You'll add $12 a share to your bottom line. You'll make money if the stock goes up. Don't worry about it. You're going to be laughing and laughing and laughing. In the meantime, you're getting interest on that cash. 2 contracts, 75s, that's a 15 grand plus 3,400, $18,400 in cash, earning 5% interest. Ballpark, $1.90 a share in cash going to be paid to you in monthly installments. This is too easy. This is, you're almost getting $20 a share in premium from the gamblers to be the casino. And this is too easy. When it gets to be too easy, that is when you've risen to a froth level of the market. That's when the market is overpriced. When it's so easy as a writer to bring in these gobs of money, gobs of capital, you have to say to yourself that I can't not do this. I have got to go cash. This is ridiculous. I don't want to own the stock up here. No. This is the way to go. Kids, being handed to you. Look at Beach Boy. Rocket Lab 20s out of the money puts with a 31% premium for 1 year of your time plus the interest. He's going to get 36+% return if he does nothing. He's going to get 36%. If any of you out there have 100 grand lying around and you want to make $36,000 this year, there's a few classes available on a website I know called stockmarketswithbruce.ca. There's some classes there that'll show you how to do this stuff. But again, you got to cough up now $150 to learn how to make In this gentleman's case here on the cash secured puts on Palantir, $3,460. It costs $150 to figure this out, and you'll be doing this again and again and again for the rest of your life, but you only bought the class one time. I think it's a good return on your money. A lifetime return is pretty damn good, but you got to step up. You got to want to learn how to do this stuff. I'm amazed at how many people don't want to learn how to make money in the market. It's incredible to me. And I'm also amazed, I guess, how many other YouTube channels are out there, dozens and dozens and dozens, where they are offering you the opportunity to send them money to get recorded videos to be a better writer of options or trader of options or a better person in the market. All you're getting are recorded videos. You can't even talk to the prof live. They don't offer themselves live. That's the, you got to pay big money for that. I mean, that's an exclusive club. Here, you can join me for nothing. You can just watch me for free, or you can become a member and talk to me, or you can do a one-on-one with me when you're ready. Totally up to you. We're open for business. I'm here to help you try to make money. That's my philosophy. If I can just make you richer, there you go. Of course, remember, there are other people out there who don't have time to talk to you live. You know why? It's simple. It's not that they don't like you. They like your money. They like that you're giving them money to be a member of their club. They're trading live. They don't have time to talk to you during the market. They're trading. They're trading contracts. They don't have time to talk to you. They're too busy watching their screens. They're getting money from you on the side, and they're trading live in front of their machines right now. They're not going to talk to you live. You don't have enough money for them to stop that. They're taking this extra cash for nothing. It helps them with their mistakes. They're making mistakes writing options. They're getting money on the side from their viewers to help replenish their account so they can keep trading. I don't know how well they're doing. I don't know how badly they're doing. I don't know if you're looking at results that are live, or are you looking at results that people show you that are from paper accounts? I don't know. Okay? I don't know. So I don't trade. I don't write contracts. I don't buy and sell stocks. I'm a guy in front of a computer in an apartment building in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, trying to tell you all of my 45 years of experience. I'm just throwing it at you to say, absorb all you can while I can give it to you. But at 69 and a half years of age, soon to be 70 next year, I don't know how much longer I've got. I don't know. Just trying to help out. I just want you guys to get rich. Really, I want you to get rich. Doug, you are doing it right. Beach Boy, you are always doing it right. Nicely done. And also, all of you out there who are looking at this kind of a trade right here, oh, this is so smart. This is smart. I love this game. I'm just so stoked for you guys. Don't be afraid to take the dough off the table. Go cash and write cash secured puts. Get rich. Doug, you're going to become a very wealthy person here. You're going to make a ton of money. You're only just starting. You're just starting off, and man, are you going to have fun here. I love this. 1580 on SoFi. It's trying to come back to a higher level. 1581 now. Still down 23 cents on SoFi. We could be in the green in the next 20, 30 minutes on your SoFi. It would not shock me at all. 1584 now. It's only down 17 cents. 1585. Here it goes. It's coming back. The Bank of America moron who wants to come up with a sell rating or a downgrade 3 weeks before year end. What timing? What stupid, idiotic timing? There's a shill who's been paid to slam this stock, and only a moron would come up with this kind of a downgrade 3 weeks before year end when the company is setting all kinds of earnings records. It's just so obvious to the average person can figure out what the agenda is here. Unbelievable. Margin call, smile, smile, smile. This is, of course, my opinion. I'm just giving you my thoughts on what I think is going on out there. Like it or hate it, you decide for yourselves. I'm just saying, if you sell this stock at $15.85 and write $20 cash secured puts and get almost $7 for them, I think that's a good trade. I think that's a good trade. Now, you can write 17s. You can write $15 cash secured puts that expire 6 months from now. You're going to get less money. It's up to you which one you want to write. But Jan 2026 20s are they're paying nicely. Susan, number 148 on the thumbs up meter. Bruce, what a show this morning. I can't get 200 thumbs ups today. There's no way I'm going to get 200 thumbs ups. I'm being too critical of too many of you. I'm not buttering you up. I got 284 people here, and I'm kind of challenging you to get your act together and join this market and become a cash player. You don't like what I'm saying. Too many of you are upset with my message today, and you won't give me a thumbs up. I understand. I totally get it, but it doesn't matter because I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I've seen this picture too many times. I've seen this rerun too many times in my lifetime, and many of you in your 20s and 30s, you just don't know. You've not been through this, and you don't know. You don't know the crap that is about to hit the fan once the new administration takes over. It's just the days leading up to it and the weeks after are going to be just a crap show. But you don't believe it. You've drank the Kool-Aid and you're so drunk on it that you think I'm out of my mind. And so there you go. Jay Boy, thank you. I'm all in on being cash player right now, baby. Margin called. I'm already full cash. Margin called. Cash secured puts. There you go. Taking interest from money that isn't even yours. That is called being a bank. That's pretty good. That's what institutions love to do. Oh my gosh, killing it with cash secured puts lately. There you go. I tell you, you guys have to understand something about the makeup of the American business world and the Canadian business world and the Western economies of the world. You have to understand something, that most businesses make their money with other people's money. And that's what I'm trying to get you to do. Thank you, Jen. Oh,
In honor of 10 and 3,
Steelers
play.
We have a Steelers play gold and black and gold on one of these snack sets. Jen has hundreds of snack sets for sale if you're interested.
None are for sale, actually.
They're from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. They were wedding presents at one time. Jen has acquired a huge collection of snack sets. They're all available because they're in our storage room, taking up all this space. You just have to
except for the ones that you've been using.
Ply her with enough money, she'll sell you anything. All these snack sets are available. I think I can get her to autograph them. If you would like an autographed snack set from Jen, I'm sure she's available. We've been storing them for 15 years. Margin call.
We've been using them for 15 years.
Oh, man.
20 years.
Dude, I took the cash off the table in SoFi, and I've slowly been adding cash secured puts. This is easy money. I mean, this is really easy money. Splayer, should I buy back my SoFi call with a 5-10% gain in order to write later a new one for a little bitty more premium? It looks okay on SoFi for the week. 5% is 25 in your account. I'm not here as your broker, Splayer. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just here to tell you guys
what you can do,
what direction you may want to be heading, and how you can do it. You got to decide which trade works for you. Oh my!
Pretty purple, pink, blue sky.
Yes, the sun is just coming up here. We're approaching the shortest day of the year in 12 days.
It's so dark in the morning.
The 21st of December. I think for us, the 21st is the shortest. I'm not 100% sure, but hey, it's coming.
It's
coming
up in the morning.
We get 12 more days of shortness, and then we start going longer. So in 24 days from now, it'll be exactly like it is now, but we're on the other side, and we're getting longer now. Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
Everybody have a good Monday.
Thank you, Jen, so much.
See you around, Dave.
She knows. Jay Boy, this is a literal representation of my account balance since I cashed out my positions and switched to cash secured puts back in August. Take the classes from this, man. There you go. Dude, easy money, folks. Easy money. He's not kidding. I try so hard to do what I can. Thank you all for joining me. This is my toasted sesame seed bagel with grape jelly on it. These are from Costco, these bagels. In Canada, we can get sesame seed bagels. Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yummy. In California, when I get down to Rancho Mirage, the only way I can get a sesame seed bagel with Costco is I will buy the plain bagels. We'll toast them here, butter them, and then Jen will add roasted sesame seeds to the top of the bagel, whatever spread is on there. It's the only way we can do it because Costco in Rancho Mirage doesn't have sesame seed bagels. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Slayer Sad, the information about the downgrade was helpful already. Dude, take the classes, watch the show, make the connection, make the money. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, I would check the toast for foreign objects. I'm just saying, because, she might have been up to no good, you never know. So far, so good. So good. Margin call. I regularly adjust the written contracts closer to where the price is. Hanging when it fluctuates. It's all good. Buy them back, write others. There you go. You can do rollovers on call options. You can do rollovers on put options. Time is your friend. Cash is king, and that's where you want to be. You definitely want to be in cash. Roasted sesame seeds. Right, Auntie Jen. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink. Add those to his. Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh. Thank you all for joining me today. Love having you. Hope you're enjoying the show. Hope you're enjoying the profits. Hope you're enjoying taking money off the table from these gamblers. Endless gamblers. Coughing up reams of capital. Unbelievable amount of capital being offered up. It's mind-blowing to me. But, I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Kids, it's an option writer's world. There's no doubt about it. Dictators getting kicked out all over the place. Those poor dictators. What can I say? Look at Rocket Lab, down 240. What a perfect time to write cash secured puts. What a perfect time on Rocket Lab. 20s. You can write 20s and bring in some nice money. What can I say, kids? Oh, my. Apple up 146. Tesla's up 179. It's backed off. Microsoft up 78 cents. Google up 7. Amazon up 172. Nvidia down $3. Meta down 520. Goldman up 27 cents. Cisco is down 38. ARC Innovation is down 37. The high of the year for ARC is 63.44. We're at 62.50. That's doing very, very well. Pfizer, 26.02, up 29 cents this morning. HPQ, up 47 cents to 36.67. It's coming back up again. The high of the year, 39.79. It's back to 36.60. Unity down 21. AI up 49 to 41.01. The high of the year, 52 weeks, was set today, 42.10 on AI. What a perfect stock to sell. And to write 35, 37, 38, $40 cash secured puts, any of those. Look for some premiums there. Adobe up 156. Netflix down 17.72. I'm thinking Netflix may have hit the high at 9.35 just a little while ago. We might be done here. I think we have hit that this morning. We might be seeing some backing off finally of Netflix because it just cannot continue to sustain these high levels. The 9.35 I think was hit Friday. It was hit Friday, and now we're at 9.1650. There could be a pullback on Netflix. We'll be watching that. Okay, IBM is down 8 cents. Vanix Semiconductors is up 19. Home Depot up 2.43. Enphase up $4.09 to 75.65. Palantir up just 9 cents to 76.40. What a perfect time to write $75 cash secured puts. 70s, anywhere in there. Jan 26, take the grotesque amount of money they're handing you. Uber down 20 cents at 65.89. Unbelievable. Even that one is a sell to write cash secured puts on it. Nothing wrong with that transaction. Nothing wrong with it. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the program, pal. We have a little bit of red going on at the moment. Kind of expected after, nothing but green everywhere. You got to go cash, kids. You've got to go cash. Don't worry about a stock being down today if you're thinking of going cash. It doesn't matter. You sell the stock at a lower price today. You write out a more expensive cash secured put. What you could have got for the put Friday versus what you get for the put now makes up the difference on the dip. It doesn't matter. Go cash. Absolutely go cash. Fun times. Kent, Sam's Club across the street has sesame seed bagels now, by the way. They are better than Costco's, and you only have to buy one package, 6 at a time. Give them a try. Kent, I think, I think it's now worth it for me to waltz in there when we get down there and get ourselves a Sam's card. We'll get ourselves a Sam's Club card across the street in Rancho Mirage from the Costco. I can scoop those. I know they have other items that we love occasionally too. We might have to just do that, Kent. Thank you for the heads up. Kind of looking forward to seeing you guys. Are we going to get together? Are there any restaurants that we could, agree on to have a bite to eat or something like that? Are there any places where you can get decent ribs? Jen likes that Alice Springs chicken a lot too. She likes that. That's another place we could go. There's places I think we're gonna have to have a chat here. Coming up, one, debating if we should write on GameStop or Rocket Lab. I'm debating. What do I do? Which one? Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, the bagel options dictator. Splair just grabbed $70 on my free day. After waking up, I'd always longed into surgery earlier today, so I'm chilling here. Next 2 days. Oh man, you and your teeth, my friend. Hang in there, my friend. One, GameStop January 2026, $970 bid. Rocket Lab $640 bid. Decisions. One is up to here in difficult decisions to make. Who should I take the money from and how much should I take? These are life-altering moves that Juan is involved with here. Difficult situation. I'm concerned, Juan, or am I? Fun stuff, kids. Welcome everyone to the program. Thank you so much for joining us here. Lisa realized a 63% profit. Bought back a Riot 20 December 16 covered call. I love this game, Uncle Bruce. I absolutely love this game. Way to go, kids. There are people here who are not working. They are just doing option work now. JJ, I'm sitting on 9 Rocket Lab December 2025. $25 covered calls that I wrote. I want to roll them inward. What are your thoughts? Well, there's an opportunity there. You might go to 23s and you might go out a few months and take extra cash, a lot of extra cash. Of course, JJ, you have another scenario sitting here, and that is you buy back these covered calls, because they're down. You sell off the shares or the deep in the money calls that you've been writing on, and now write cash secured puts and grab the go after maybe the 20s. On the Rocket Lab, pull off a Beach Boy. Why don't you pull off a Beach Boy? Stock's down 257 to 2211. Turn around and write $20 cash secured puts. Go forward 3 months, 6 months, whatever premium turns you want. That might be a better way to run this baby. Splair, luckily only 2 more visits next year, and then I have a bunch of new teeth. Unfortunately, with my age, unlucky 26. Well, get pretty now there, Splair. Get pretty. Get real pretty right now in your 20s. Good move, buddy. Good move indeed. Just think about how rich Splair's going to be when he's 46 years old, 20 years from now. Just think about how much option profit Splair's going to make in the next 20 years. These are the early dog days. Pennies. He's making pennies. Soon he's going to make serious dollars. Going to compound and compound with shiny, beautiful teeth. Oh, man. Beach Boy, you're good. Splair, you're in trouble. You're gonna be chased all over the place. One, the $75 Palantir Jan 26 are paying $18.10 now. They're now up to $18.10. Oh my God, there you go. You can get $18.10 for the 75s. Oh, it's getting better all the time. It's just getting better all the time. By the time July shows up, I'll be gorgeous. It's going to be glorious. I'm going to be $1 million dang dollars. Yeah, baby. Cash, rich, and pretty. You gotta love that combo. Oh yeah, man. Cash, rich, and all prettied up. I just have to get from 10 to 20 grand. No, 10 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 160. Millions, Blair. Millions are coming your way. You've got time. You got some serious time on your hands. Is this fun or what? Thank you all for joining me today. I'm going to say my goodbyes right now. Thanks for being here, following me, keeping us posted how you're doing. We'll keep an eye on this market here. I'm going live tonight on my other channel at 7 o'clock Eastern if you want to pop by and say hi. Otherwise, we'll be here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, first thing for Gold Bagel members. 8 o'clock, I'll be here, and let's see what's happening in the world between now and tomorrow. Anything can happen. Everything can happen. It's wild. It's wacky. It's insane. Thank you for being a part of this show today. I so appreciate you all. Absolutely fabulous. The Big E is here. Neat, with a Z at the end. Don't forget that. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Richard. Also, giddy up, everybody. Let's see if we can get things going here. Splair, have a great start of the week, everybody. Thank you, Splair. You take care, buddy. Juan, thank you, Uncle Bruce, for all you do for us. And thank you and congratulations for all you do for yourselves. You deserve kudos out there, you guys. Go cash, write cash secured puts, and get rich. Let other people pay you ridiculous amount of interest using their money to do it. Insurance companies do it. Banks do it. Hedge funds are doing it. Why not you? Why not you? Stephen, thank you. Luca, buddy, thank you. Deep value. Neat. Thank you, everybody. Keep the drive alive, kids. Get richer. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, for more fun from Calgary. Okay, guys, take care. Bye for now.